We're going to do a short introduction to the rectangular coordinate system. We have already been graphing points like numbers on a number line in class. You can see there's a number line drawn with just whole numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We wanted to plot the point 3.5, tell where 3.5 is. 3.5 is halfway in between 3 and 4, so we have a dot there, so we are already used to doing that. But now we're going to talk about graphing on a two-dimensional grid. So there is what we call the coordinate grid, or the coordinate plane. We have an x and a y axis, which are the horizontal and the vertical axis. The x-axis is the horizontal axis, it runs left to right. The y-axis is the vertical axis, it goes up and down. We call the center of this grid the origin. That is that point 0, 0, right there in the middle. So we're going to talk about how do we actually graph on this coordinate grid. You can see that we have x and y plotted from 0 up, going in the positive direction and the negative direction. For the x-axis, to the right of that 0, 0 are your positive numbers. To the left are your negative. For the y-axis, we have above 0 is the positive numbers, below 0 is the negative numbers. And so we're going to talk about how you actually plot a point on that grid. You're going to see that the points that we graph are going to look like an x, comma, a y. They're going to give us our two coordinates. There are the quadrants. That's just what we call the different sections of the grid. It is divided into 4 quadrants, quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can see they start in the upper right hand corner, and we go counterclockwise to the left to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when we plot a point, we always start at the origin, and we're going to move left or right first, so we're going to use that x number. Remember we said x comes before y in that point in the parentheses. So if we were plotting the point 4, negative 2, we're going to start at the origin at 0, and it's a positive 4, so we're going to go to the right 4 spaces, and then we have a negative 2 for our y coordinate. Remember, negative is down, so from that 4 over, we're going to go down 2, and we get that point that they show. So the plot, if we wanted to plot the point 3, 5, 3 is positive, so we're going to go to the right 3, and then up 5. You can see in the picture we show what 5, 3 is. They are not the same, so you've got to make sure that you don't get the points backwards. And these are just some examples of where the numbers or where the points would be plotted. So 2, 3, they're both positive. We would go over to the right 2 and then up 3. Negative 4, 6, we would go back 4 because the x coordinate is negative, and then up 6 because the y is positive, and so on. That's just a quick introduction to what we're going to be doing when we are plotting points on the coordinate grid.